Okay, everybody, welcome again to another episode as I continue for this birthday period of the month, for the birthday period of Scorpio season. And today, like I said, once again, like you're probably wondering why I'm doing Scorpio season and why not just for everybody. Well, I'm dealing with people who born under the eighth sign of the Scorpion, Eagle, and the Serpent. Basically who are recent. Now, I did Lonzo Ball back in October 27th. Then Colin Kaepernick on the 3rd. And this is like the 5th, November 5th. And this lady here, this elder, y'all should be recognizing. I had the pleasure of meeting a couple years ago, a few years back in 2013, I believe, 2014, and I'm looking forward to meeting her again. Miami born and bred, and also Miami Northwestern Senior High alumnus, as well as she's educator, principal. This is, Congresswoman, United States Congresswoman Frederica S. Wilson. And y'all recently know who she is because she the one that called out Hobgoblin 45, who's took his orange ass over to Asia, thank God, for 12 days and stuff. Notice that every time with some shit go down at the White House, he take his ass out and go somewhere. If it ain't golfing, he doing this. Anyway, Frederica S. Wilson, basically called him out on his BS due to the fact how he disrespected LaDavid Johnson. That's the young brother of the Green Beret that got killed over in Niger, along with the 3 other young men and stuff. And Trump blatantly disrespected the widow, 25 years old and 4 months pregnant, and stuff, saying, "Oh well." You're saying like that. He knew what he was getting into. And on top of that, she said that he said that to her on the phone in the limo, which Frederica S. Wilson was right there listening to him, and she's absolutely right because, she started a program. She has a program down here called the 500 Role Model Boys, Role Model Excellent for Boys. Get like troubled young black boys keep them out of trouble and keep them to get them on the path of a straight and narrow, and it's been very successful. You know what I'm saying, like that, and me personally, like I say, I personally wholeheartedly supports it and stuff like that in more than one way. You know what I'm saying, like that, because you already know how the system is already designed to go ahead to try to take out a lot of young black men, and stuff. But it is what it is. So so it's been a war of words with them, and then you had the racist knucklehead looking like Stanton and Waldorf from the Muppet Show, White House, Cracker House Chief of Staff, John Kelly, referring to her as a empty pistol, which is basically a racist term, just basically a clean way of saying nigga, because, John Kelly comes from 1950s in Boston, where shit was segregated. So like Bill Belichick, like Tom Brady, like a lot of them other jokers, they never grew up around nobody else that didn't look like them. So that's expected of somebody like John Kelly with his stupid ass. But this isn't about John Kelly. But here's the thing with the elder, with the empress here, Frederica S. Wilson. She ain't gonna back down. She doubled down. She tripled down. Scorpio, baby. We don't play that shit. Do not let Do not let the hats fool you. Do not let the stilettos fool you. Trust me, she is nothing to play with. But one thing the sister has done, she has done and stood up for black people no matter what. Because after all, she got more sense than John Kelly would ever have. Because she started out as a principal, as an educator. So she's already got degrees in that. And she grew up down here in a time before I was even born, during segregation and stuff. Let me tell you a story. When born here and raised here in Miami, back in the 1950s, in the 1950s and stuff, when things were still segregated, anybody that's from here, grew up in Liberty City, could go up 12th Avenue between Northwest 62nd Street and 66th Street, to be honest. Back then, it used to be a wall right there. I mean, no, for real. It used to be a wall which separated what y'all now know as the Pork and Bean Projects. And the other side, you had what you got now, few apartments and homes and stuff like that. The wall was built there. You had the whites on one side and the blacks on the other side. Elders told me about this when I was like in my mid-adolescent years and stuff, and that's how I learned about it. You know, because Frederica Wilson grew up at those times of segregation. Okay? And Miami was no different. Okay, shoot. Hell, I can even bring up pictures or showing you how the Ku Klux Klan came walking down, white robes and all, down in Coconut Grove, and which is part of Miami back in 1929 and shit like that. But I don't want to go too far back. But Frederica Wilson grew up in those times too. And see, like I say, she's an educator, started out as a principal, then she sat on the floor of the Senate, legislator and stuff. Then went from there to where she's at now. Now, a lot of people, what she's well known for, have often asked me, "What's up with the hats?" And like I said, I had somebody on Facebook asking like with the hats, like looking like pimp hats, and I had to like make a video on this earlier regarding her with the hats, which with me was stylish and very very flashy, but her being because her ancestry is she has ancestry in the Bahamas and stuff, being of Bahamian descent, so in the Bahamas, and she wears the stylish cowboy hats or cowgirl hats or whatever, because she's got a gang of them. She wears that to honor her late grandmother. But you always gonna have some ignorant juvenile that comes online and try to make jokes about it and stuff. And 9 times out of 10, it's always got to be somebody Caucasian. They don't show their face. They hide their face behind avatars, just like they hide their sorry behinds behind keyboards and stuff. But one thing about Sister Frederica Wilson, she's regardless of any of her positions, because she represents us in the United States Congress to the fullest and stuff like that. And although we know she's dealing with a demagogue and a narcissistic blowhard. So I'm just taking quote from George Herbert Walker Bush, Bush 40, Bush 41. Called him a blowhard and stuff. And that's something I could be agreeing with, because like, wow, I mean, if you got Bush Sr. calling the current and seating president a blowhard and criticizing you, both of them, Senior and Junior, you done effed up. But anyway, though, this isn't about that, though. So on this note, like this, because I don't want to butcher it up, because I thought Frederica Wilson, man. So that's a little background on her, or where she come from, because this is just not one of your one in the mill um, politicians. She's about as real as you can get. Period. So on this day, November 5th, I want to wish Congresswoman and Miami Northwestern Senior High alumnus Frederica S. Wilson a very happy birthday. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. You subscribe, share, make sure you click the notification bell, so therefore when I upload new videos, you'll get them. You'll be notified. Also, you could also, if you would like to donate to the PayPal account, that I'll leave a link in the description for that, because your donations will be greatly appreciated as I continue to bring up issues or topics or whatever that affects our people. So therefore, we can go ahead and we can build ourselves up and empower ourselves and be on code. That's it. No more talk. I have nothing further to say. No more talk. See you on the next one.